Okay. It's not coming up for some reason. It's not showing. I wonder why. Okay, here we go. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahshai Barakatham, but Yahweh Shemar Isla Thabah Shem Yahshai. I am priest and officer Gabar Math, ISUPK, Connecticut. We are ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana since 1969. We've been teaching the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians their true culture and heritage as it pertains to the Bible, supported by history and archaeology, that we are the 12 tribes of Israel. We are the Israelites the Bible speaks of, and our common oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. All right? Just bear with me while I put some things in the chat. So, Laki, again, just bear with me. Shalom, Shararana, Shalom, Salakia. I want to say that name right. Trooper Thamak. I think it's Trooper Thamak. Where did I put that? Shalom Labah. Shalom, young man Lawrence.
Shalom.
If you have not signed into the chat, just sign into the chat. Check in through the chat. Bob Shah. ISUPK Connecticut. All right. If you are in need of counseling at all right, if you're having troubles in the world, you don't know where to turn, how to go about your life, things are difficult for you, need someone to talk to, we have excellent counselors in the school. Just dial 203-548-0040. That's 203-548-0040. All right, it's important that we don't do things on our own. We're building a nation, and we have the attributes of a nation, which would be order. Okay, we have order here. If you're going through something, you never have to go through it by yourself. All right, if you're seeking wisdom, all right, we use the Bible. All right, and you will get excellent counseling from the ISUPK. Remember to always like, share, and subscribe. That's very important. Even if you have something negative to say, say it. Like, share, and subscribe. All right, most important as well, because we have to spread this truth. And positive and negative information is loved by the algorithm. Excuse me. Find a school near you. ISUPK.com. That's ISUPK.com. On the website, you will find our history. You will find photos, a photo gallery. You'll find study tools. All right. You'll find the cities and where schools are located and the phone numbers. You can always call. You'll also find a calendar with the high holy days listed so that you know when your, not holidays, but holy days are. All right. Again, very important. Attendance sheet. It might not work. I'm posting it up until I get the new one. All right. Posting it up until I get the new one. Let's get started. Royal Priesthood of the Most High. Okay, the Most High, all right, has made the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, all right, the royal priesthood. Okay, and that's very important that we understand that, because we are not living as such when we are in the world. All right. We have a great responsibility, not only to ourselves, but to our people. Okay. To learn to be a moral, upstanding people. And it starts with the men. All right. It starts with the men. All right. When they wanted to when they wanted to disrupt our lives and our households, it started with the men. So to heal our households, to heal our nation, it's also going to start with the men. All right. The mighty man gets taken out of the household, and then the woman is put in charge. And what happens? She shouldn't be in charge, not in the capacity that a man should. And women and men, although this world teaches you we're equal, we're not. Okay, we're not equal at all. The woman has a role and the man has a role, and those two roles aren't equal. You can't expect you can't expect a child to do what an adult can do. Okay, you can't expect a man. Excuse me. You can't expect a monkey to perform as a man in certain aspects. You can't expect two things that might look the same, have the same arms and legs and limbs. Okay, you can't expect them to be the same. They're not the same. A man can't have a baby. A man cannot have a baby. As much as he can try, he cannot have one. And a woman can't carry seed. The only time a woman will carry seed is when a man gives it to her. And this is something that this current society is teaching a confusion. All right, bring her outside, please. It's teaching a confusion. And that confusion is getting us caught up in it. We have to come out of this place. The Bible says, the Bible says, come out of her, my people. Right? Who's he talking to? The Lord is talking to the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. He's not talking to anybody else. How do you know? Because the world is given to the hand of the wicked, right? Who's the wicked? Who is the leader of this current society? Who has all the money? Who's on the bottom? Who's living in the ghettos, the favelas, the barrios? Who's living at the bottom? Who doesn't have money? Who's on welfare? You know what I'm saying? Who doesn't have buildings with their own language? You know what I'm saying? Whose language was taken from them? Whose culture? Who doesn't have a culture? Whose culture is only what is seen and heard right now? Who can't go back in their history and pull up their family lineages? Well, guess what? The Lord preserved your history through the Bible. And your family lineage is the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And it's, again, it's very important that the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, woman, and child understand that this Bible is our reckoning, right? For our behavior to change. It is the thing that will give us the knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding to go about getting ourselves up and out of this common slavery that we're in, that we feel like we're such a part of. You understand? Let's get Matthew 5:48 to start.
Con.
The water.
Behind the bar. Other one.
Matthew 5:48.
This is Matthew 5, verse 48. Be ye therefore perfect.
Be ye therefore what?
Perfect.
Now, again, Pork Chop Pastor says, hey, no man can be perfect. How can we be perfect? The law is done away with. No man can be perfect. But what does the Bible say?
Be ye therefore perfect.
Is that the Old Testament or New Testament?
New Testament.
The New Testament is telling us to be perfect. The pastor says the Old Testament is done away with. So why does it say the New Testament? Keep going.
Con. Even as your Father, which is in heaven, is perfect.
That's right. Let's get Colossians 1:28.
Con. The book of Colossians. Shlakia.
No sweat.
Colossians chapter 1, verse 28.
Mm-hmm.
whom we preach, warning every man and teaching every man in all wisdom, that we may present every man perfect in Mashiach Yahushua.
That's right. That we may present what? Read that one more time. That we may present. Keep going.
That we may present every man perfect in Mashiach Yahushua.
Every man is commanded to be perfect, man. That in Matthew 5:48, that was a commandment. That wasn't an option. All right. Your pastor is causing you to sin. All right. And anyone who walks around saying that it's impossible to follow all the laws or no one is made to be perfect, don't listen to them, because they're a liar and they're a sinner themselves, man. All right. It's time to be a moral people again. It's time, without excuse. You understand? It's time to do what we're supposed to be doing. All right? Straight up. Let's get Deuteronomy 7:6.
Mm-hmm. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6.
Go ahead.
For thou art an holy people.
That we are what?
For thou art an holy people.
Thou art a separate people.
Unto the Lord, unto the Most High, thy powers.
Unto the Most High, our powers. Go ahead.
The Most High, thy powers have chosen thee to be a special people.
That's right.
Unto himself. Above all people.
Wait. I thought the whole world was equal. I thought all men were equal.
Above all people.
You mean to tell me that someone is above another? Go ahead.
Above all people.
Above all people.
That are
everyone else on the face of the earth. That means that we're above all the other heathens. We're above every other nation that is on the planet. Go ahead.
That are upon the face of the earth.
Keep going.
Verse 7. The Most High did not set his love upon you, nor chose you, because ye were more in number.
He didn't choose us because we were greater than in number than everyone else. That's not why he chose us. Go ahead.
Than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people.
We are also the newest nation to be formed. Go ahead.
Verse 8. But because the Most High loved you, and because he would keep the oath.
Simply because he loves us is why. Simply because the Most High loves us. Isn't that better than everything else, man? Our power loves us. Our power loves us more than everyone else. That's powerful. Let's drop that and let's get Isaiah 61:6.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 6 and verse 6. But ye shall be named the priests of the Most High. Men shall call you the ministers of our powers. Ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles.
We shall do what?
Ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles. And their glory shall ye boast yourselves. Verse 7.
Keep going, yep.
Verse 7. For your shame ye shall have double. And
that's
for confusion.
Right. This is the repayment to the other nations. Read that again.
For your shame ye shall have double. And for confusion they shall rejoice in their portion. Therefore, in their land they shall possess the double. Everlasting joy shall be unto them. Verse 8. For I, the Most High, love judgment. I hate robbery for burnt offerings.
Read that again.
Khan. For I, the Most High, love judgment. I hate robbery for burnt offerings.
And haven't we been robbed of our land, of our heritage, of our culture? Haven't we been robbed of our family, of our dignity, of our wisdom, of our book? They've robbed us of everything, man. And the Most High is such a good father that he's going to give it all back to us. You know what I'm saying? He's giving it all back to us now. These classes right here, an ISUPK, Salakia, that's the Most High giving you back your culture, letting you know that he loves you, man. Letting the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, woman, and child know that there are that the Lord has made sure brothers and sisters are out here for our benefit. Not only to take, but to give. Because everybody else is taking from us. They're taking our culture, they're taking our ideas, they're taking our patents, they're taking our women, they're taking our men, they're taking our writings, our movies, our screenplays, they're taking everything. And they're giving hardly anything back. It's not proportionate. Okay? It's not proportionate. They're giving us pennies on the dollar for the thousands and millions and billions of dollars that we generate for them. And then they're trying to kill us. Then they're trying to convince our women to kill our babies. Okay? This is happening. And we have to stop. We are responsible. General Yohana has kept alive this truth. You know what I'm saying? And through him, so many men have come into the truth and come out of the world and have stopped sinning and have getting their lives together and trying to get their families together. You know what I'm saying? And coming to grips with the man and women that they were and being and repenting and being better thereafter. You know what I'm saying? And to water to him for that, because it is the beginning of our nation coming up. You know what I'm saying? Let's get Hebrews 5:1. Let's start at 1 and read down.
Khan. It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 5 and verse 1.
Salakia. Young man Lawrence, go on. Are you able to go on to the website?
Which website, sir?
I'm sorry, our Facebook page.
On your Facebook page?
No, the school's Facebook page.
Khan, sir.
See if you see the class up there. Baba Kishar.
No sweat, I don't want.
It's not showing on my end.
Sir, it's showing live.
It's showing live?
Khan. All
right, no sweat. All right, let's keep going then.
All right, Shalakia.
No sweat.
This is Hebrews chapter 5 and verse 1. For every high priest taken from among men is ordained for men and things pertaining to the powers, that he may offer both gifts and sacrifices for sin.
Okay.
Verse 2. Who can have compassion on the ignorant and on them that are out of the way? For that he himself also is compassed with infirmity. Verse 3. And by reason hereof, he ought, as for the people, so also for him, to offer for sins.
Hold
Verse
on. Hold on. Verse 1. For every high priest taken from among men is ordered for men in things pertaining to God, that he may offer both gifts and sacrifices for sins. Who can have compassion on the ignorant and on them that are out of the way? For that he himself also is compassed with infirmity. And by what verse were you on?
Verse 3, sir.
Go ahead.
Verse 3. And by reason hereof, he ought, as for the people, so also for himself, to offer for sins. Verse 4. And no man taketh dishonor unto himself,
Right.
but he that is called of the powers, as was Aaron.
Right. The men that you see before you in the ISUPK were called by the Most High. Keep going.
So also Christ, Salakia. So also Yahushua, Salakia, Hamashiach.
Mashiach, just Mashiach.
Salakia, sir.
That's what.
So also Mashiach glorified not himself to be made a high priest, but he that said unto him, Thou art my son, today have I begot thee. Verse 6. As he saith also in another place, Thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek.
Read that again.
As he saith also in another place, Thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek.
And that's who we are. We are the order of Melchizedek. You know what I'm saying? That's who we are. We are the royal priesthood. Okay, keep reading.
Verse 7. Who in the days of his flesh, when he had offered up prayers and supplications with strong crying and tears unto him that was able to save him from death, and was heard in that he feared. Verse 8. Though he was a son, yet learned.
Though he were.
Slakia. Though he were a son, yet learned he obedience by the things which he suffered. Verse 9.
And that, Slakia. And isn't that true of all of us? Don't all of us suffer? Haven't all of us suffered in some way, shape, form, or fashion? Have you learned from it? I've learned from my suffering. You know what I'm saying? I've learned from my suffering. All of us have learned because we were not following the law. We were following after ourselves, right? And it's important that we understand this, man, that it says, though he were a son, yet learned he obedience by the things which he suffered. Every Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man is a son of God, okay? Even if you don't know it, all right? All of us are. And we have the ability to learn through our deeds and actions, right? And become obedient, therefore, right? Keep going.
Verse 8. Though he was a son, yet learned he obedience by the things which he suffered. Verse 9. And being made perfect, he became the author of eternal salvation unto all them that obey him.
Ooh, read that again.
Verse 9.
This is that pork chop eating, fat, greasy pastor, reverend, that woman wearing a little white collar that you know she wants to usurp authority in the church. This is for her. You know what I'm saying? This is for the alderman who's so woven into your household. You know what I'm saying? Sleeping with your kids and your wife. This is for all those that say no man can be perfect. Go ahead.
Khan 91 Khan. Verse 9. And being made perfect, he became the author of eternal salvation unto all them that obey him.
Unto all them that obey him. You can be perfect if you obey the Most High. But Tazabath, Shabbat Yahweh, Shalom says, all right, you can be perfect if you choose to follow the law. All right, but that pastor, he's speaking about himself when he tells you you can't be perfect. He's really talking about himself. He's talking about his household, his wife, his children, because he doesn't teach that. You know what I'm saying? They don't even have to obey him. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Khan 91 Khan. Of whom we have many things to say. And hard to be.
Verse 10. Verse 10.
Oh, verse 10, Salakia. Salakia, sir.
No sweat.
Verse 10. Called of the powers and high priest after the order of Melchizedek.
Again, that's the order that the UPK is part of. We are the order of Melchizedek. Go ahead.
Khan 91 Khan. Verse 11. Of whom we have many things to say and hard to be uttered, seeing ye are dull of hearing.
Seeing that you're hard-headed and you can't hear nothing. Go ahead.
Khan 91 Khan. Verse 12.
And this is so important. This is what, again, a lot of people who come into the truth, who start their own groups, you know what I'm saying, who want to be their own teachers, heaped unto themselves, you know what I'm saying? This is the mistake they make. They don't follow this. Go ahead.
Khan 91 Khan. For the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again.
And that's adulthood. As a man or a woman, you're an adult. It's a time for you to teach. You know what I'm saying? You come into your maturity. And at that time where you're supposed to be teaching, go ahead.
Teaching, ye have need that one teach you again.
Right.
Which be the first principles of the oracles of the powers.
And that principle that when you ought to be a teacher, you should be taught again, that is a first principle. You know what I'm saying? That's a simple thing. That's one of the most simple things that you can do is be taught. Relinquish all that you know. Come out of your selfish way of thinking and saying, I know everything. And be taught again. Go ahead. And a lot of men have problems with that. Go ahead.
Khan. And are become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat.
That's a baby. When you're supposed to be a man, mentally, you're supposed to be out here doing all the things that you're so used to doing. You got to give all that up and pull yourself back and just be taught like a baby does. Babies just sit back and soak it in. They don't try to butt against nothing. Teenagers do that. You know what I'm saying? It's not saying one who's being bombarded by hormones. You know what I'm saying? It's calling you a baby. A baby sits. What do babies do? They sit in a stroller. They sit in the bassinet, and they listen, and they watch, and they move, and they mimic. That's what we have to be. We have to be like a baby, man. Not like a teenager who wants to talk back, who wants to headbutt with you and try to make it seem like they know more than you. That's all the other groups out there. They're all teenagers. They never rescinded back to baby status. You know what I'm saying? They only went back to the age of 16, 17, 18 when they thought they knew everything because they had a young body or whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? And literally they have a young body. You know what I'm saying? They have a body of men that are young. Mentally. They don't have no maturity among them, man. Even the most seasoned one is immature because he never humbled himself to just suckle on milk, man. You gotta learn the milk scriptures over again. You gotta learn the right way. You can't, you know what I'm saying? There's no strong meat, man. Not even in a blender. It's just milk. Milk and some gripe water, you know what I'm saying? Get your belly right, you know what I'm saying? Do your thing. Keep going.
Con, I don't want con. And become, Salakia, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
For everyone that useth milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness.
Right. And the reason why you're drinking milk is because you are unskillful in the word of righteousness. Read on. This is
Con, I
important.
don't want con. For he is a babe.
For he is a what?
For he is a babe.
For he is a baby. You know what I'm saying? He is a baby. He can't even walk, man. You know, he crawling. He trying to pull on things. He can't even do that. You put him on his stomach and he just cries. Keep going.
Con, I don't want con. Verse 14. But strong meat belongeth to them that are of full age,
Mm-hmm.
even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil.
But strong meat belongeth to them that are of full age. UPK, as an organization, as a group of men, are of full age. You know what I'm saying? That we have the hierarchy that can teach down. You understand? But strong meat belongeth to them that are of full age, even those who by reason of use. So, okay, go ahead. Go ahead, read that. Even those.
Again, Saki.
Mm-hmm.
14. Again.
Mm-hmm.
Kind. Even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil.
That's right. Have their senses exercised. Have their senses worked out to discern both good and evil. Let's drop that and let's get 1 Peter 2:1.
Con.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of 1 Peter. First Peter. Chapter 2 and verse 1.
Right.
This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 2. Oh no, Salaki. I was on 2 Peter. Chapter 2 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Wherefore, laying aside all malice and all gall and hypocrisy and envies and all evil speakings. Verse 2.
Hold on, Salakia.
Salaki.
Wherefore, laying aside all malice and all guile and hypocrisies and envies and all evil speakings. Okay, this is what we have to do. These are the prerequisites of being who we're supposed to be, which are the priests of the Most High, right? Keep going.
Con.
And you're going to hear this again. Keep going.
As newborn babies.
As what?
As newborn babies. Desire the sincere milk of the word.
Right. Keep going.
That ye may grow thereby.
Right. There's a colon. Supporting sentences coming. Supporting ideas. Come on.
Verse 3. If so be ye have tasted that the Most High is gracious.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 4. To whom coming as unto a living stone, disallowed indeed of men, but chosen of the powers and precious.
That's right. Keep going.
Verse 5. Ye also, as lively stones, are built up a spiritual house and holy priesthood
a separate priesthood.
To offer up.
It's like the priesthood of Melchizedek. Go ahead.
to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to the powers by Yahweh Shai Mashiach.
Right. Keep going.
Verse 6. Wherefore also it is contained in the scripture, behold, I lay in Zion a chief cornerstone, elect, precious, and he that believeth on him shall not be confounded.
That's right. That's right. And he that believeth on him shall not be confounded. That cornerstone is Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Go ahead.
Verse 6. Wherefore also it is contained in the scripture, behold, I lay in, Salakia. Verse 7. Verse 7. Unto you, therefore, which believe he is precious, but unto them who be disobedient, the stone which
Salakia, which be
disobedient, the stone which the builders disallowed, the same is made the head of the corner.
That's right. Unto you, therefore, which believe he is precious, but unto them which be disobedient, the stone which the builders disallowed, the same is made the head of the corner. Keep going.
Salakia, so that one is powerful right there. Salakia.
No sweat.
Verse 8. And a stone of stumbling, and a rock of offense, even to them which stumble at the word.
And that's every other group. They stumble at the word. They think they have the truth. But how you gonna have the truth and not be in the body of the Most High? You know what I'm saying? You're out there doing your own thing, man. When Christ is right here, the cornerstone of this foundation. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 8. Being disobedient. Whereunto also they were appointed.
Right, keep going.
Verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation.
That's right. This is about the UPK. Okay, this is about the men that come in here and find the truth the right way. The men that relinquish their teaching to become babes, to be taught, and then to teach. Go ahead. Start over.
A royal priesthood. Oh, you want me to start over, Salakia, sir? You said start over, Salakia.
Right.
But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
That's right.
Verse 10. Which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of the powers, which had not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy.
And that's what's happening to the Black, Hispanic, Native Indian, the Negro, the Latino, the First Nationer. We are obtaining mercy, right? Because we're coming back into into obedience. We're coming back into the truth. We're coming back into our culture. We're coming back to know who we are. Our oppressors are showing themselves daily, showing how much they hate us, showing that their intentions for us are not moral. They're not good. You know what I'm saying? That they want to hurt us. They want to kill our men. They want to hurt our women. You know what I'm saying? They want to breed out our women. You know what I'm saying? Every time you look at a commercial, it's a brother with a Chinese woman or an Asian looking woman or a blonde haired, blue eyed woman with a brother. You know what I'm saying? That's all it ever is on TV because they want to breed us out, man. They want us to breed out so we go farther and farther away from the lifestyle in which we used to live. Now, if you participated in that lifestyle, you didn't know better. That's one thing. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord is raising up men to teach the truth of the matter. You know what I'm saying? And to teach what marriage actually is. If you do marriage our way and you don't do marriage Esau's way, money is not put into Esau's system. Esau wants you to go get a certificate of marriage. They want you to do all these things, right? Jump through all these different hoops. Why? So that they can make money off you. That's what Esau does. Esau uses you. He generates capital by you. You know what I'm saying? He uses you as electricity, as currency. You know what I'm saying? That's what he does. And again, we have to become holy. We have to become separate. We have to know that sex is marriage. So we're not out. So our women aren't out there trying to fucking spread. Oh, excuse my French. Trying to spread the royal seed in defiled dirt. You know what I'm saying? How many of our women would nowadays would rather sleep with a man to find out if they're compatible? Does that even make sense? I was listening to a Jamaican radio show today, a radio show out of Jamaica, and the topic was whether or not you need to sleep with someone before they become your husband or wife. All right, and the majority of the people were saying that it's better to know who the person is sexually before you even go that far. Shouldn't part of the journey be learning each other, compromising with each other? You mean to tell me that you can't teach somebody how to move or how to do something that you like, and you can't, and on the other spectrum, you can't stop doing the deviant things you used to do because this person might not be have such proclivity to do all these different things, chandelier swinging and all that. You know what I'm saying? There has to be a compromise between a married couple. You guys got to learn each other and know each other. You guys have to compromise. That's what marriage is. It's an agreement. It's a contract. And a lot of us want the contract to be based on sex when the contract should be based on what makes sense and love. Let me tell you something. I love many people. I don't have sex with them, though. I don't have a wife. I don't have sex with nobody. But I love many people. You know what I'm saying? We have to come back into the truth of the Bible, man, and come out of the lies that are continuously told. Because when you think about a lot of what's being said, man, it doesn't make any damn sense. And a lot of it is foolishness, man, and folly. And we have so many of our enemies just battering these things down. You watch TED Talks, you watch all these different kind of venues and platforms, and all you're gonna see now, granted, you are seeing more common sense things come out. Okay, I watch quite a few things, and a lot of them make sense, and a lot of them you would think they're Bible based, but they're not. They're using common sense. You know what I'm saying? And they're starting to say, wait a minute, something ain't right. We've been told all these things, and it's not. Things aren't getting better. They're getting worse. All right? But how do you take that further? How do you really solidify that into something more? You know what I'm saying? You come into this Bible, man, where the wisdom truly is. Everybody's gonna learn sooner or later that the wisdom of the world is the Bible. And the people of the wisdom are the Israelites, the Black, Hispanic, Native Indian man, woman, and child. You know what I'm saying? Of North and South America and of the diaspora. You know what I'm saying? That's us. That's us. You know what I'm saying? The so-called indigenous people, the so-called Puerto Ricans. You know what I'm saying? The so-called American blacks. You know what I'm saying? The so-called this and the so-called that. We're Israelites. We're Israelites. And we need to come back into who we are in our culture, man. Keep going.
Mm-hmm. Verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
Which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of the powers, which had not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy.
That's right. As a nation, we're going to obtain mercy. Go ahead.
Verse 11. Dearly beloved, I beseech you as strangers and pilgrims, abstain from fleshly lusts, which war against the soul.
Where's your pastor reading that? When your pastor says that no man can be perfect, doesn't he mean that you're going to suffer lusts? Why he ain't reading this verse here? Dearly beloved, I beseech you as strangers and pilgrims, abstain from fleshly lusts. Abstain from having sex with that person that you like the looks of. Abstain from that. You know what I'm saying? Know that sex is marriage. So when you lay down with the person, you're not going to lay down with nobody else. If you're a woman, you're only going to lay down with that one man. And if you're a man, you're not going to just throw that woman away. That's your wife for life. That's our people, man. Before the civil rights movement, we knew these things to be true. We live like this. You know what I'm saying? A woman got pregnant, she got sent down south because it was shameful. Now a woman gets pregnant and it's like, okay, grandma will take care of it while you go out, go live your life. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, you destroy the child, you destroy the mother, and you destroy the grandmother because the grandmother can't be a grandmother. The grandmother is now a mother again. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. We got to get better than this, man. We got to do better. And you know who teaches better? ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana, man. ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana. In here, you learn better. You learn to do better. You learn to teach better. But there's a process to it. You know what I'm saying? Because we are the royal priesthood of the Most High. We are the order of Melchizedek, excuse me. We are that order. You know what I'm saying? And we will teach the world to be righteous again. You know what I'm saying? Teach the world morality. Teach the world brotherhood and sisterhood. Teach the world the laws, the statutes, and the commandments of the most terrible God. You know what I'm saying? The God of the Israelites. Keep going.
Verse 11. Dearly beloved, I beseech you, as a stranger and a pilgrim, estranged from fleshly lusts, which war against the soul. Verse 12. Having your conversation honest among the Gentiles.
That's right.
That whereas they speak against you as evildoers, they may by your good works, which they shall behold, glorify the powers in the day of visitation.
Damn right. They're going to look at you and have nothing bad to say, man. Having your conversation honest among the Gentiles. That whereas they speak against you as evildoers, they may be your good works, which they shall behold. They'll see the good you do. They'll see the good that you do for each other as a nation, the good that you offer them. You'll even offer the heathen good, man. The Gentiles will be treated well by you. You know what I'm saying? Even in their captivity. Glorify God in the day of visitation. Go ahead.
Verse 13. Verse 13. Submit yourself to every ordinance of man for the Most High sake.
That's right. Follow all the laws of the land. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead for the Lord's sake. So that you can be blameless. You know what I'm saying? Since you are the order of Melchizedek. Go ahead.
Whether it be to the king as supreme. Verse 14. Or unto governors, as unto them that are sent by him for the punishment of evildoers, and for the praise of them that do well. Salakia.
Right, keep going.
Verse 15. For so is that will of the powers.
Oh, Salakia, read it again.
Verse 15. For so is the will of the powers, that with well-doing ye may put to silence the ignorance of foolish men. Verse 16. As free, and not using your liberty for a cloak of maliciousness.
Maliciousness.
Salakia. Maliciousness. But as a servant of the powers.
Salakia, but as the servants of the powers.
Count on one count.
Mhm.
Salaki, sir.
Oh,
As
that's right.
servants of the powers.
Keep going.
Verse 17. Honor all men.
Uh-huh.
Love the brotherhood.
Read that again.
Salaki. You want me to read again, you sir?
From love.
Count on one count. Love the brotherhood.
One more time.
Love the brotherhood.
Yep, keep going.
Count on one count. Fear the powers.
That's most important because that's how you love each other because you don't want to get punished for not doing so. Go ahead.
Count on one count. Honor the king.
Mashiach. Right, keep going.
Count on one count. Verse 18. Servants, be subject to your masters.
Like
With
we read
all
before.
fear.
Right, like we read before. I think we read that in Titus, I believe. Right? Servants be subject to your masters. Now, our oppressors use that against us, but that's talking about one, is talking about them to us. Two is talking about us to each other, right? In rank order, right? Keep going.
Count on one count. Verse 15, 16.
We're on
Verse 18.
right. Yep, there you go.
Servants, be subject to your masters with all fear, not only to the good and the gentle, good and gentle, but also to the forward.
Right, but also to those who are froward. Froward is those who are not so gentle, right? Those who are not so good, right? Keep going.
Count on one count. Verse 19. For this is thankworthy if a man for conscience towards the most high, towards the powers, endure grief, suffering wrongfully.
Right, keep going.
Verse 20. For what glory is it if when ye be buffeted for your faults, ye shall take and patiently take it patiently.
Mm-hmm.
But if when ye do well and suffer for it, ye take it patiently. This is acceptable with powers.
That's right. We got to be patient and endure. Keep going.
Verse 21. For even hereunto were ye called, because Mashiach also suffered for us, leaving us an example that ye should follow his steps.
That's right. Be willing to give your life for your brothers and your sisters and the future generations of us. Go ahead.
Verse 22. Who did no sin, neither was gall found in his mouth.
Right. He did no sin and he wasn't a liar. Go ahead.
Verse 23. Who when he was reviled not again. When he suffered, he threatened not, but committed himself to him that judges righteously. Salakia.
That's right. He didn't return sin for sin. Right? He didn't revile those that reviled him. He didn't suffer. He didn't threaten those that made him suffer. What he did was committed himself to him that judgeth righteously, to the Most High. He left it in the Most High's hands. Go ahead.
Verse 24. Who his own self bare our sins in his own body on the tree, that we, being dead to sin, should live unto righteousness, by whose stripes ye were healed. Verse 25. For ye were as sheep going astray, but are now returned unto the shepherd and bishop of your souls.
That's right. The shepherd and bishop of our souls, man. We return to Christ. You know what I'm saying? And the men of of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? The men of the ISUPK. You know what I'm saying? That's what we have to do. We have to return to our culture, our heritage. We have to return to the way of life the Most High made for us, man. We got to stop being cocaine heads. We got to stop being weed heads. We got to stop being heron heads. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop being what's that? We got to stop being lean heads. I don't know that. I don't know what you call somebody who does lean. I call them a lean head. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop. We got to stop pill popping and doing all the things that allow us to just be stagnant in life, to stay still, because that's what those things do, man. We use them as ways to escape our pain, but ultimately you're just standing still. Because when you stop, if ever you will stop doing those things, you know what you're left with? Yourself. And you'll still have to deal with all the things that have been piling up on you anyway. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we have to do. William Kashab Bass or Bass. Shalom. You know what I'm saying? We have to come back into our culture. Our culture is the hardest culture on the planet, man. Our culture are what movies are made about. You know what I'm saying? Our culture, what movies are made about. You know what I'm saying? Some of the greatest storylines come from the Bible. They just add different names, they do different plot twists, but they don't change it too much because you can't beat what is great. You can't change what is great, man. And black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, you are great. You know what I'm saying? You got all these people that want to do that somehow want you to participate in your sinning ways, right? They want you to go back to being a Cherokee. They want you to go back to when you used to worship the wind, worship water. Nah. What were we doing before that? Before our oppressors came and confused things for us, we were worshiping the Most High Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? The one true power. That's what we're doing, man. And we have to go back to that. We have to go back to that. There's no other way because there's no new thing under the sun. The thing that worked then is going to work now. You know what I'm saying? So let's get back to it. What did King David do? When you hear about King David and King Solomon and all the great men of our culture, who were they worshiping? What were they doing? They were following the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Bible, man. You know what I'm saying? All this money that goes to Israel, you know what I'm saying? That's your money, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. It shouldn't be theirs. We reclaim our identity. Guess what? That's yours. That's all the riches of the planet are yours. You know what I'm saying? Because the inheritance is ours. And the Lord will keep his word to us if we do what he says and keep our word to him. That's my time. All right. I'm going to put in the chat again. If you're having any issues, you need counseling, you have any questions, do not hesitate, okay, to call 860-548-0040, 203-548-0040. If you're not in Connecticut and you need to ask any questions, you have some concerns, you disagree with something that was said in class today, all right, isupk.com. That's isupk.com. And that stands for the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, okay? Find a school near you, man. Get in class. It doesn't hurt you. It doesn't cost anything to be with your brothers, man. You'll love it. You'll love it. You know what I'm saying? Salakia. All right. That's my time again. Thawada for tuning in. Tune in again. Tune in tomorrow for, I don't know if General Muhammad is going to be in the house, but I hope so. If not, whoever's teaching class will do an excellent job as well. All right, but tune in tomorrow's mandatory class. Tune in again next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. All right. I am Priest and Officer Gabar Math, ISUPK, Connecticut. We have ISUPK, so out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohanan since 1969. We've been teaching the so-called Black, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Indians, their true culture and heritage, according to the Bible, that we are the Israelites. All right, we are God's chosen people. All right, we are not anything else. That's what we are. And we are the nation that is rising. You know what I'm saying? Kwame Asharala, you know what I'm saying? And our oppressors, and we all know who the oppressor is. We don't have to make any, watch a cartoon. Watch a cartoon. Watch any cartoon, and you'll see who the oppressor is. You know what I'm saying? Our oppressor is the devil, the deceiver, the one who speaks with forked tongue, as our Gadite brothers and sisters said, right? All right. He's the devil the Bible speaks of. We'll see you again Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. All right. Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.